What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. So this is a solo flawless run of the Prophecy Dungeon on a Solar Titan. Solar Titan's really good. I was able to get a one phase on the final boss, not on my solo or not on my flawless clear, but it is possible. But I will get to that when we get there. So this area, it's very simple. There is a skip for this, but I wanted to show legit in case you are looking for help on getting what I think is like one of the best emblems in the game, and definitely the best solo flawless emblem, which is the Prophecy one. I still rock it to this day, and I was thrilled when I got it back in the day. So this opening, obviously you should know. First off, can we just talk about the freaking ad teleporting away from my Wither Horde twice back to back? That was extremely annoying. Also, the ad teleports in this game have been really bad this season. But anyway, I'm not going to go into mechanics too much, more just tips and tricks on how to do this quickly and efficiently. You should know the mechanics, obviously, if you're going to go for a solo flawless. And if you're new to solo flawless type content, then I recommend doing just a solo run first to work out the strats that you want to use that are best for you. That was a just flat out miss on my part. That was me. But do what's best for you and what you're most comfortable with. But yeah, I will give you some tips and tricks to hopefully help it make it go smoother. So this, we're just killing them in the light and dark. So Wither Horde is really nice for this because you can stick a knight and then like right here, and then you can hide in the dark so that it will drop dark modes. So yeah, I definitely recommend Wither Horde. It's also nice for the final boss. But the first boss is the Phalanx Echo. He's quite weak, so many things can work to kill him. Like if you're on a Warlock, Well of Radiance is really nice. And then use Legend of Acrius. Acrius absolutely pumps him. Lament is good. There's lots of good DPS strategies for him. But yeah, so this opening encounter is really quick and easy. Like I said, Wither Horde's awesome for it, and just a really good weapon in general. Here, I'll just skip the jumping part. So I went with Acrius, even though I don't have Well of Radiance. It's just nicer on Well because you're a little more safe. I rally with Arc Reserves so that I have lots, and then I have a Techian Force just as backup. And then just a Fatebringer. So the Bonk Titan can pretty much just kill all the knights and you're damn near invincible. I think I missed my... Nope, I hit that. So yeah, I just kind of go around bonking everything. I don't really care on the first one if I'm in the light or the dark. Be wary of the boss's shield boop. That's probably what's most likely to kill you, and it did kind of almost knock me off there, but it didn't. So yeah, I just early on just try to take everything out kind of as quickly as possible. I'm not too worried about what I'm dunking. So now we got one dark and one light, and now you can do some ad management, clean up all the scions, because once all 3 knights are taken out, then 3 more knights will spawn in. So that's kind of how this works. And then once you go to do DPS, if there's still knights on the field, they will despawn once DPS is going to be starting. So yeah, I really like Titan for this just because they're like so invincible with this bonk build. And then I'm collecting armor charge, as you can see, and then I swap to Pyrogales for DPS. So I definitely recommend doing preset loadouts. You can safely swap before dunking the last one. You can just hide like behind those little pillars like I was just behind, and it makes it really easy to loadout swap before you start DPS. Pyrogales is a one-off super that there I pretty much could have died but got lucky. Pyrogales is a one-off super that does great burst damage, so it's really good here because you can cast that, and then Revitalizing Blast will give a 15% debuff, and I have triple Arc Surge and Time Dilation on, as you could see. So I dunk this, and then like I said, these knights are going to despawn. We hit them with that to get our Radiant going. The reason I punch after throwing the hammer is because for some stupid reason, the hammer doesn't proc Trench Barrel. It's got to be a regular melee. I wish they would change this. It's quite annoying. And then there you can also see when my hammer's not hitting, like if it hits immunes, then it will just, it won't apply Revitalizing Blast. So I like to hold my Pyrogales there till the end, till the goblins spawn, because supers go through immunity. So get as many Acreus shots off as you can early on, and then when the goblins spawn in, that's when you want to use your super, because it'll go through their immunity. And hopefully it'll be just like that, and it'll take it out. And then here I swapped to Xenophage. I actually had a ton of heavy ammo on the field, so that was really nice. Xenophage or Bastion is really good at taking these out really quickly. And then a bow is nice just for taking out all those hobgoblins. So unfortunately, when I swapped, I have a different fragment setup, so I lost all my abilities. So that's a little sketchy here, as I don't have my hammer. And the hammer is kind of what makes this whole build go. I run triple heavy-handed on Syntheseps, because that will make it so every second they changed firepower and heavy-handed. So when you have one mod, there's a 10-second cooldown, 2 mods is a 5-second cooldown, and 3 mods is 1 second cooldown. So if you have 3, you're able to just chain orbs like crazy. And then I have recuperation, so not only am I getting restoration, every time I get a melee kill, and once you have Roaring Flames, it can just be a regular melee as well. It doesn't have to be the hammer. And every time you do that, you're going to make an orb, and then you're getting recuperation, which is like 100 health regen, like instantly. And then you've got restoration going as well. So that's why this build is like literally so unkillable. I might make an updated build guide, because this has been like my favorite build to run in solo flawless dungeons in since Solar 3.0 came out. So I'm just going to speed this part up because I'm an absolute dumbass and I never know where I'm going. Like in the start of fucking... I just hate teleporting ads. I know take and teleport, but yeah, it's just really annoying. But yeah, like the start of Shattered Throne, I always need the map. I never really know where I'm going. And then the Wasteland, I kind of missed where Tolan went. So like the direction Tolan goes is where the next Blights will be, but I didn't really notice it on the last one. That's why it took me a sec. So see, this time it headed that direction, so I know where I'm going. But yeah, you can see, you can just kind of melee your way through shit, and then Xenophage the Blights, and you're chilling. So we're going to speed this up. This part is literally just finding the Blights. We find them, take them out. 2 pops of Xenophage, it's great. There's some funny physics. Those phalanxes absolutely blasted me. And then there, my melee is just whiffing because destiny. And we get these down. So I like to swap to Xenophage after that first boss fight because it's really good for taking those out. But then I also have my loadout pretty much ready for the next part, even though you can just rally at a flag. But it's really nice to have a sniper for this next part and a solar weapon to extend. So see there, I only actually have 1 heavy-handed on, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, here, I didn't have my loadouts like totally preset for this run because it's not that hard to do. But yeah, you want a solar primary to extend Ember of Empyrean because it extends on solar weapon or ability Final Blows. But if you can't get a hammer kill, it's nice to just be able to get a weapon kill. And then I just get the chain going. I threw my nade down, even though you don't really have to because your sunspots will also grant you restoration. But yeah, so this the cube room is quite easy. You just have to spot the Toland, and on this one it was dark, so you kill the 2 knights in the dark, and then rinse repeat. So again, Xenophage is really good at taking out the hobgoblins and the knights. I think it 1-shots the hobs and 2-shots the knights, and it works at like any distance. There's no damage fall off with Xenophage, and yeah, it's just excellent for this encounter. Because yeah, if the knight is across the room like it is there, I could just go pop pop. Oh, it's 1 pop now because power creep. I do have armor charge, so I probably have solar weapon surge on. You just can't see it because they need to rework their... Like, look at how many buffs I have on the left of the screen. It's crazy. So again, when you get transported, spot the thing, then identify what color you need. Take out the hobgoblins first. Take out a few of the ads next. Taking out the ads isn't as crucial anymore. Like, it used to be, like, that was the rotation. If you didn't do this, you were gonna die. You needed to take out the hobgoblins, then focus all these little guys, and then take out the knights. And then once you take out one knight, so unfortunately I messed that up, but once you take out one knight, the hobgoblins respawn, and then when you kill the hobgoblin, that's gonna spawn in a knight. So yeah, back in the day, those hobgoblins actually hurt quite a bit, but you can see they don't do much damage now. It's still good to avoid them, and you could always put on like sniper resist or void resist or both. But with 100 damage resistance plus restoration grenades, if you really get in a pinch, it's not a big deal. Because you can't put your barricade down, you can't use your class ability when you're holding the 5 motes. So just something to be aware of. Try to not do that. So here we got to kill them in the light. They're stacked right on top of me. Super easy. Take out the hobgoblin just so he's not shooting at me. Identify my thing. Not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, never mind. Thought I had killed both knights. So anyway, go get my light motes. And yeah, you can do the little jump and punch to move quicker. And then just back to the middle. So yeah, there's really not too much to say about this. It's just rinse, repeat at least 4 times. Or 6 times, sorry. This one will be at least 7 because this one has no Toland. So if there is no Toland, you can just kill what you want. So here I choose light because I was just standing near the light and it was really easy to get. And we go through quickly and then just rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Hobgoblins, ads, knights. Over and over. So yeah, I remember back in the day, I would... I ran Risk Runner and Wendigo for here. Wendigo was really nice because of explosive light, so that was great for taking out the knights. And then Risk Runner was great because those Acolytes' eyes and Acolytes shoot. So there I was a little late identifying which one it was, just because the way the light was hitting Toland, it was like lighting it up, so I had to make sure that was that. So I haven't taken out the hobgoblins yet. So I take out the ads first in this case. It's just a little bit of a time loss is all it is, because the knights have to take time to spawn in. But you can see now there's no ads up. But yeah, so back in the day, Risk Runner was excellent here. And if you are like less experienced and you're looking for a way to survive, I definitely recommend Risk Runner. It's great here. And then there's lots of good legendary options now for taking out the knights. So now we get these guys. They basically fall over. Like, didn't even have to reload Xenophage. Just hit them with the hammer that procs Radiant. It procs Revitalizing Blast, so 25% more damage to our weapon, 15% debuff, and boom, they're dead. So this part, if you just take the path that you'll see on screen, you don't have to worry about any of the ads that are spawning in. I just kind of stick to the side of the ridge the whole way. Follow the Kel Echo. And now we got Rainbow Road. So I soloed this on all 3 characters because I would solo it on every character just because. And then just because I was like looking for the best damage strategies because I knew I wanted to make these guides because it's such a long season. So it's a good season to get into like solo flawlessing content. So I took many different ways on this Rainbow Road. And you can like, if you're used to Eager Edge, you can like eager from platform to platform, like those platforms on my right. That's one way to go about it. You can sparrow like I am. You don't need always on time. Like you can see, I'm not using it right now. Always on time is nice, don't get me wrong. So on this one, I decided to just sparrow my way down to like here. And then I just eager. But again, make sure you're like used to using eager and you know what it's gonna do. And then this guy, again, he used to be a threat, but now we just walk right on by him. Take out a couple ads. So yeah, really, like, nothing is really that threatening anymore. In pretty much all the dungeons, up till, like, Ghosts of the Deep. Well, maybe Spire the Watcher. But other than that, you're probably going to die to, like, falling. And not even fall damage, because that's not a thing anymore. But, like, literally, if I were to, like, fall off this road right now, that's probably what's going to kill you more than, like, combat. Or if there's, like, a mechanic that wipes you, then you might die to the mechanic that wipes you. But that's not really a thing in Prophecy. Like, if you get the wrong motes, you just rinse, repeat, and do the motes again. So I always go that way because it's, like, the most consistent for hitting that little thing that sucks you up. And then these ads, you can just skip on by. And then I have a preset. So I use an Apex Predator with Bait and Switch and Witherhoard. But another thing that would be really, really good is Dragon's Breath and a Cartesian Coordinate. But what I like about this build is I'm able to run double special, which I guess you could still with Cartesian and Dragon's Breath. But yeah, like I said, I solo one-phased, and that is up on my channel if you want to see it. With this exact same setup, I just kind of mess up the boss fight a little more on this run, so I have to two-phase. But this will get you a one-phase, but you can get a comfortable two-phase. But yeah, if you don't raid and you don't have Apex Predator, I definitely recommend, yeah, you could just use like a hand cannon, a solar fusion rifle. I like Royal Executioner with Reservoir Burst or Aramite, or Cartesian with Vorpal. All of them work. There, I missed two. So yeah, you can see I have Firebolt grenades on, so that could have been bad. But I missed two melees on the Scions, but once we get that going, we just take out the ads, and yeah, dunk our three things. So once you dunk, an ogre spawns. So you want to basically spawn kill the ogre, and it's super easy. Like, again, these things used to be a threat, and now I pretty much killed it with a bonk hammer. And Synthos were nerfed. In the past, like before the Syntho nerf, that would have killed them. So the one thing with this build is it can be a little difficult to kill the knight where you want, just because you have to hit your Witherhoard shot. But there, I hit it, then I stand in the dark, dunk another one. We're going to take out this, this ogre, or maybe we don't even. Okay, yeah, we're going back for him. Oh, I was probably proccing biotic enhancements. Yeah, it's just one bonk and one melee. I've got my armor charge ready, so again, having your preset loadouts is awesome, especially on this one, because as you fall, that's when you can swap. So it works really, really well. So then I'm going to swap to solar weapon surges. And this is actually a long boss fight, so you definitely want like time dilation. But what's great about this build is you can take out the hobgoblins as you go, and because of heavy-handed, you'll make an orb. So I'm actually running Argent Ordnance so that my solar rocket is doing another 15% damage. And I have Firebolt grenades there because they have like a super low cooldown. But yeah, I missed both my Witherhoard shots, and that was the problem. So now I'm going to bonk. So I should have shot a couple rockets there. But like I said, I just kind of started off poorly. And then I get transported. So yeah, this was really, really messy. I had put my barricade down because I have bomber on my barricade. But I should have just focused on avoiding the boss. Oh my god, this is just a terrible, terrible boss phase. And watch, even still, I get like close to killing him. So there, I play it safe. So yeah, I've gotten no rockets off. Yeah, this is just horrible. But it's good to know how the boss moves. So that you can like be ready, ideally, with your rockets to shoot him. So now here, I replenish my armor charges. I actually think I hit that Witherhoard. Now he's going to transport here, so here's where we can deal some big damage. So we get the Firebolt grenade off, and then we're going to fire... Oh, of course I miss a rocket. Yeah, this was a horrible damage phase. I'm sorry about this. miss another rocket. We swap to Pyrogales. And then ideally you actually want to hit a bit closer, but you do have to be careful that you don't get transported. Then I throw my melee to proc Radiant, and then we're just shooting our Godslayer warheads and our bait and switch rocket and just doing our rotation. So yeah, that was a messy damage phase. I didn't get rockets off for like the first 3 plates. And the problem with that is, like I said, the whole point of this is I have Argent Ordnance on. Oh, and here I'm just waiting for my Bonk Hammer. That's another thing that's really nice about this, is you can just wait for all your abilities to come back if you want. If you're like unconfident going into like the pre-boss fight, just because there's lots of ads and stuff. But yeah, so ideally what would happen there is I have Argent Ordnance on, and I go in with 4 armor charges because I have charged up on my chest piece. So I'm going to shoot off my 2 rockets, and as I shoot those rockets, here, we'll just skip this. As I shoot those rockets, I'm going to use up 1 Godslayer Warhead charge, which normally isn't good because then you're going to lose Solar Surge. But in this case, it's fine because we have all those hobgoblins every step of the way. Every time he transports, 2 spawn. So we kill 1 with our Bonk Hammer, and then that's going to give us an armor charge back. So basically, through the whole fight, you're going to have armor charges. So you're just getting free damage. And what's really nice with Reconstruction and Bait and Switch, you can get 2 rockets off on a on 1 armor charge. Like, you'll still get the damage boost from Godslayer Warheads and Argent Ordnance, but it won't use it up because you're not reloading. Where with Dragon's Breath, it will use it on every rocket, because you treat Dragon's Breath like Anarchy. You shoot it and then you stow it and like do damage with your fusion rifle. Except you wouldn't have Wither Horde with Dragon's Breath. But yeah, so you do damage with your fusion rifle while while Dragon's Breath ticks, and then once you have your, I can't remember, composite propellant or whatever it is, the ×5 like napalm thing that it builds up, once you have that again, it's going to reload, and then you pull it out and you shoot it. But every time you do that, it's going to use a charge if you're using Argent Ordnance. That being said, I think it would still work fine as long as you're bonking those hobgoblins every time. So there, we just get through it. We don't even have to worry about killing this last ogre. And then it's going to be a really quick and easy kill because he's almost dead. And yeah, again, I miss a Wither Horde. Like, yeah, I was just off on this one. But you can see how much damage the rockets do. And I didn't even lead off with that last time, which I should have. And that is it. So yeah, really good strats. Titan makes this super easy with the bonk strat. Pyrogales is nice. So yeah, should be an easy 2-phase. Anyways, I hope it was helpful. Sorry for the sloppy gameplay on the boss fight. Thanks for watching, and take care.